If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, I know. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. 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 Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, I know. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. 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 Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And the world is going wild when they come for you. And the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Thursday podcast. I hope the new year is treating you well so far. Do hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And the new year is definitely treating our Megsy very well so far. Clever Blends, for those of you in the US, is now in Target. One of the biggest, if not the biggest retailer in the US. Absolutely incredible. And they are targeting all of the tea drinkers, honey. Not just the latte lovers. They've also got a dragonberry tea, which I'm loving. Superfoods. Getting them superfoods in to your diet. So let me know how the teas are, because I still haven't tasted Clever Blends. I feel like I will like the teas more than I'll like the lattes, because I'm not like huge on lattes actually. So I'm very happy that they're going into teas. And I will absolutely love if I see these in Tesco's or Sainsbury's in the UK. Oh my goodness. They're going to be capillaries and veins popping everywhere. So congratulations to Meghan and Clever Blends, an incredible company and a great investment by Meghan. Thank you so much, Sandra Hill, for the super sticker. Happy New Year to you. By the way, you can probably hear I'm still very stuffy because what I thought was just a cold has actually turned into a minor sinus infection. So, Very annoying, but I'm feeling okay. It's just like a lot of this is the reason why I didn't do a podcast yesterday. Just a lot of congestion in the nose and like tightness in the head. So just trying to do my best to clear that. Cinderella, you said I ordered my clever tea package this week. Amazing. Enjoy. Let us know how it is. Jasmine, you said Target is actually where I picked up that tumbler she had in the Clever Blends video. Amazing. Oh, cool. Cool, cool. I mean, I hope that Megan does get more into the wellness space, and I mean, they've got a lot going on with Archwell. It's not like she needs to have a wellness brand or to do any of that stuff, but I feel like she's so good at curating things, and it would definitely be a space that a lot of people would love because it's a space that she created before. So why not revive it? But we'll see. Thank you so much, Lorna Williams, being a member for 17 months. Clever Blends is also on Amazon. Indeed, it is. Thank you so much for reminding us. Cinderella, drink hot tea and chicken soup. Yes, chicken soup definitely helps. Helen, if anywhere, and I think it'll be in Waitrose. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right about that. Likely Waitrose, but Tesco's does have a lot more like mid-range stuff, especially in the kind of wellness like superfoods section. They do have a section for that. So I would say maybe Tesco's or Waitrose, but if they got like an exclusive deals, yeah, you're probably looking at Waitrose. You're right there. Marcy says the teas are wonderful. Fantastic. Great to hear that. You all love Clever Blends. Okay. Also, in some other good news, so we haven't actually seen Meghan give a lot of speeches. But I guess the on the Henry Walker site, where people can go and request speakers, um, they rank like who is the most requested. So two of the most requested were Meghan and our godfather Tyler Perry. So, Baron actually made this point. It's not something that I had even thought about. That if they wanted to, Harry and Meghan could really utilize the speech giving circuit in the US. So apparently, it's very very lucrative. I did not know actually how lucrative it was. But as we know, they're very picky about where they speak and where they're seen. But Meghan is an incredible speaker. I'd love to see her do a TED talk, and I think if it was done right and at the right time, TED talks can really shift perceptions of people, especially people who have been painted in the wrong way or had narratives. Not to compare the two women, of course, but just as an example, yeah, Monica Lewinsky, after she did her TED talk, there was a huge shift in perception about her. So speeches and speech giving it's not just a lucrative tool money wise, but it's also a very powerful tool. So I hope to see more speeches from Meghan if that's what she feels like she wants to do because she speaks very well. Over at the palace, this is happening. I can't even believe it sometimes. Kensington Palace turns spotlight on rich and diverse lives of its royal servants. Note the word servants, not even staff, servants. From female rat catchers and brewers to LGBT staff and interracial marriages, new exhibition will bring diverse court to life. Now, the first question I have is why is it that women, LGBT people, and people of color are not in the executive positions or in the courtier positions? The best they could do for diversity is to put us as the servants. And they're now trying to pass this off as diversity, and they're putting a spotlight on this. But these are the servants. They're not in actual positions of power to encourage any level of change or to have any real conversations or difficult conversations that need to be had with this institution, and the way in which they gatekeep people of color, women, and LGBT people from having um from having any other positions within this royal household. And then you wonder why we're in the situation that we're in now, because they're not with the times. Ah, it's like the tone deafness is just like wow, wow, and wow some more. And yes, this is written by Victoria Ward, who is one of the royal rats. Let's have a read of this. Um, did I even? Okay, here we go. One sec. I mean, I'm not, mind you, let me just say that I'm not saying that the stories of these people should not be told. I absolutely think that their stories should be told and they shouldn't be erased. It's just the question that I have is why haven't uh why aren't people of color, women, people of different backgrounds in the higher positions in the royal households, even now, to the point where you have laws that actually stop the monarch from being sued in discrimination cases. So Kensington Palace is to launch its first exhibition on servants to show the rich and diverse tapestry of humanity that form the backbone of the royal court, from pages to cooks, wet nurses to ladies in waiting. Curators said it aims to bring their stories to life and recognize the critical roles played by a wide range of people in terms of gender, ethnic background, and sexual identity. Untold Lives, a palace at work, opens at Kensington Palace in March and will focus on the characters who worked at royal palaces from Charles II in 1660 until the end of George III's reign in 1820. Um, okay, I mean, listen. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I actually think it's a great thing. But doesn't it just kind of feels like window dressing, too little, too late? And I still ask the question: why could you not accept your biracial accept a biracial woman who married your prince? If you couldn't do that, then really, what does it mean to have all of these exhibitions? Because when it got close to home, then there was a problem. Okay. Nonetheless, it seems like an interesting exhibition actually. So yeah, if you're in, where is it? Is it in London? Let's have a look. Uh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's going to be at Kensington Palace. So yeah, yeah. If you're around Kensington Palace, go give it a look. Sounds interesting. Um, yeah, Helen, I'm going to get to Prince Andrew. I haven't forgotten about Prince Andrew. How could you forget about Prince Andrew? I'm going to get there. Um, They need to start with better diversity in their PR offices. Omid in Endgame highlights that Kensington Palace doesn't have any in these positions exactly, and this is why I'm saying this almost feels like um uh uh an underhanded reaction to that. Um, yeah, they need to start at home. Jesus. The Anna, you said, also find myself wondering how many of those servants of color from empire countries in earlier times ended up as servants of their own free will. That is another really good question. That is a very good question. Were they servants of their own free will? Are they going to have that conversation in this exhibition? Oh dear. Okay. Oh, if anybody goes to the exhibition and you have a look, please do, message me. And if you want to come on and talk about it, how was it? Platform's always open. Okay. Next thing. Yeah. So the Epstein flight logs have been released. Or I don't know if it's the flight logs, like just like the names of people. I haven't really looked into it, to be honest, and I'm not going to, just because number one, I'm very aware of the fact that even when information like this comes out, you still have like a layer of protection of people who are named and quite frankly, I don't believe that a lot is going to be done. Um, Thank you to Lightside who did send me a few pages with highlights. Prince Andrew is mentioned many times. I'm not gonna go through and actually read what's in it just because I feel like I don't want to trigger anyone. Um, and I feel like we all kind of get the gist of what's gone on and concerning Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein. Like I don't need to beat the dead horse with this one. Um, it's unfortunate. I obviously I feel for the victims. Um, I hope that Virginia Guthrie, she's writing her book, so she will speak in her own words. But unless there is like mass action from mass group of people to push back against, you know, these power structures, then these things are unfortunately just going to happen, and a lot of people are going to get away with a lot of stuff. Connected to Prince Andrew, of course, is Sarah Ferguson, and it's interesting that it's come out that the Queen actually gave permission for Sarah to have a royal style funeral. Now, Sarah being a minor royal, I don't think she needs a major state funeral. I think they can just have a family burial. Mind you, the Queen also gave permission for Harry and Meghan to have security, but here we are. So this is from Kaiser. She says, no, but mind you, Sarah was actually at the Christmas walk on Sarrington, at Sarrington. And they were both allowed to walk with the royal family to and from church on Christmas morning. This was the first time Sarah had been included on the Christmas walk in 32 years. Oh wow, that's interesting. She said afterwards that she felt grateful to be included. The British papers are full of stories about Fergie's triumphant comeback after 30 plus years. There are also a lot of mentions of Prince Harry because there's a concerted effort to force the comparison between the Yorks and the Sussexes. She was part of the Sarandon festivities last year, but was kept out of sight. Her elevation to the church group going was a clear statement that she's back in the fold of the extended family. She is not going to suddenly start taking on royal duties, but her presence in front of the cameras on Christmas Day was something that would have been unthinkable a few years ago when Prince Philip was alive. He was regarded as as her biggest opponent in the family. A touch ironic that last year she, Andrew, and their daughters had the use of Wood Farm, the home of the estate where Philip spent time after he retired from public life. Um, there had been speculation that the Queen has had a role in the warming towards the Duchess. After all, Camilla knows a thing or two about rehabilitating a public image. Indeed, she does. Um, and perhaps there is a signal too. Um, okay, sorry, it goes. This is quite a long article. Okay, so it ends by saying, so the Daily Mail reports that the Queen gave her permission for Fergie to be buried at the Royal Windsor Estate. The Queen sanctioned St George's Chapel, Windsor funeral for Fergie, followed by um, the royal family's burial ground at Frogmore. This was done because Fergie is the mother of the princesses of Blood Royal. Still, Fergie will not be anywhere near the royal crypt where the Queen and Prince Philip are buried. Okay, I guess being that she is Fergie and Beatrice's mother, but what I just hope is that it's not like some giant very expensive state funeral because I don't think it needs to be that. Um, Adrian, you said I don't believe that the Queen granted that to Fergie. I believe it was said to her for appearance. Well, there's a chance that she could have because at the end of the day, she is Beatrice and Eugenia's mum. So, um, yeah, I actually do believe it. I do. Okay. And then also you've got Hello Magazine writing fan fiction about a small girl. And all I really want to say about this is that I think that it needs to be examined, um, this culture of treating the royal children like profitable livestock. Now I understand that for the royal institution, they need to present the children from a young age in this almost Truman Show style existence because they need to create that parasocial relationship between you and the children as soon as possible. so that you begin to have this idea of, these are the royals, and they're very small prince and princesses now, but they will be the big prince and princesses and kings and queens when they're older. But it's creepy as hell. This is 2024, and these young children should be allowed to be children, not splashed all over the front covers of Hello magazine with British journalists writing strange fan fiction about them, and them essentially being commodifying children. This is not okay, and I'm glad that Harry and Meghan took their children out of this. Um, and obviously, for William and Kate, it's partly their choice as parents, but I think um as the public, we also need to question why this is being done and reject it, because it's not okay. This is 2024. We shouldn't be parading children around like this, even if they're royal. Also, for those of you in the UK, there is a lot of industrial action being planned for January. So, make sure that you are, double checking if you take, especially in London, or in the cities. Make sure that you're making plans ahead of time. There'll be strikes on transport. There are NHS strikes throughout the country. The doctors and nurses aren't being paid what they should be paid. Fire services, even bin collections in some parts of the country. So just have a double check, and see what may or may not disrupt you in January and the months beyond that. And it's things like this that um, I think will begin to make people question the position of institutions like the royals. If not at least question the amount of money we spend and the value that it gives. Because if we can't pay our doctors and nurses enough, why are we giving the monarchy a 45% pay increase? That's a question we need to be asking. All right, let me go to your comments. Carmen, what time is it in Bali? It's just coming to 12:15. Coming to the afternoon. Yeah, Church, no, they're going after Charlotte. They're going to go after her because she's the girl. Okay. Now, because of or this is just my theory, because of the, Epstein expose thing and Andrew being mentioned, it now makes me wonder, is it why literally as soon as that clock struck 12 on New Year's Day, the bots and trolls went insane? You literally cannot log into Twitter now without them being all over your feed, especially if you're in the royal space. And a lot of it targeting Meghan, a lot of it targeting tweets about Meghan. So I actually tweeted a photo of Meghan, and it was from a CNN feature that they did where she said some words. You remember that one when she was wearing the lavender top and looking very beautiful with the lavender in the background? And these were the responses to a very innocent tweet about Meghan looking nice. Is that Omid scabies? Pity about the messy hair. Oh boy, iconic Photoshop. She looks nauseous. I have never seen my tweets be so attacked for a while, actually. For a long time. Mind you, the words Meghan Markle were not even in the tweet. So this bot farm, whatever it is, the paid trolls are clearly becoming more sophisticated, and they're just running rampant, absolutely rampant on Twitter. And I do believe it's partly perhaps just a theory, because Andrew's name is obviously being brought up again with this whole Epstein thing. Like Megan said herself, I wasn't being thrown to the wolves, I'm being fed to the wolves. Helen, you said junior doctors only get paid £14 an hour? You get paid that much working at Selfridges, I think. And discount on designer clothes and makeup. So you might as well just work at Selfridges. That is actually horrendous. I think doctors should get paid a lot more. Like they're literally saving lives. And junior doctors are training to save lives. It's crazy to me that they don't get paid more. Honestly, like we don't value the right things in this society. Ah. All right. Um, in other news, those of you who are superstitious, Nostradamus' prediction, is it going to come true? Is it not going to come true? Do you believe it? So in Nostradamus's text, King of the Isles, he predicted sorry, in his text, Nostradamus predicted that the King of the Isles would be driven out by force. Soon after a disastrous war, a new king shall be anointed, who for a long time will appease the earth. This is what he wrote. In an interview with the tabloid The Daily Mail, author Mario Redding said that the King of Isles may be in reference to King Charles, who may abdicate in favour of Prince Harry due to the relentless personal attacks against him and Queen Camilla. Now, I don't know about a disastrous war, but there sure as hell are a lot of protests going on. So I don't know. I'm actually quite superstitious, and I don't know if I don't know if I believe that Harry will become king. He said himself he doesn't want to be king. But I do believe that Charles is going to have a very difficult reign. But Nostradamus, he predicted a lot of things that did come true. So who knows? What do y'all think? There has been a poll. There's going to be a poll that will ask 175,000 people why the roles exist. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. Why do the royals exist? I don't know if they actually want to frame it in that way. I don't know if that would be a good idea for the royals to frame it in that way. But let's read of this. A whopping 175,000 people are being asked to give their opinion on the royal family in a major poll commissioned by the government. The unprecedented survey will see ordinary voters questioned on what they think the role of the monarchy should be. Households from across the country are being randomly selected to take part in the exercise. Do not send that survey to 25 Red Mary Avenue, where Anne lives. That's not my address, by the way. But yeah, don't send it to my address. The results of the opinion poll are being relayed to senior members of the royal household. Oh God! Oh my goodness! Details on what the country thinks King Charles and members of his family should be doing will be made public this summer. Do you know what I think what they should do? They need to make sure that when they send this poll out, right? They need to split it actually into two. So they need to send half maybe to places where the monarchy is still, quite liked, and they need to send the other half to places that are a little bit more Republican. In fact, I would have actually said they need to make this poll bigger. They needed to make it maybe like 1 million, right? And then split that between England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, and a mixture of perhaps more liberal and more conservative places in all four regions. Then you would get, I think, a much clearer picture of how people really feel. Because if they just send these polls to more conservative constituencies, then it's like you're preaching to the choir. Anyway, the results of the poll are being relayed to the new members of the royal household. Details on what the country thinks King Charles and members of his family should be doing will be made public this summer. So what if the poll says we just need to abolish the monarchy? Are they going to publish the results? People surveyed are being asked, what do you think should be the main role of the monarch in the UK? The options of which participants can only pick one include, okay, so they've given them options. to undertake a constitutional role as head of state, such as opening each season of Parliament, to support and encourage public service in charitable sectors, and to recognise and support the armed forces. Other possible choices are to be the Supreme Governor of the Church of England, to provide a sense of continuity and act as a focus for national identity, unity, and pride, to promote the UK abroad, and to recognise exceptional achievements by issuing honours such as MBEs and OBEs. This isn't a poll. They based on all of those options, they're going to get what they want to hear anyway. Because this is what they want us to believe should be the roles of the monarchy. But if you take all of those things, well, the question I'm going to ask is, well, what does that do for me as a British citizen? What does it do for me as a British citizen if you're giving a small amount of people MBEs and OBEs? What does it do for me as a British citizen if you're a Supreme Governor of the Church of England as a whole? The whole idea of providing a sense of continuity. You can provide a sense of continuity if doctors and nurses got paid well. That would provide a very good sense of continuity. Anyway, let me stop rambling. The Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sports has commissioned pollster Verian. Oh, thank goodness it's not YouGov. Thank goodness it's not YouGov polls. To ask about the monarchy as part of a wider survey. Other questions include how often people visit a library, have they listened to a podcast in the last year, or will they have a smart speaker in their house? The polling exercise, which will see a total of 175,000 people being interviewed, began in May this year, and or I guess 2023, and will be completed by the end of March. Oh dear. Dear oh dear. I mean, the fact that they've actually given them options, and you can only choose from those options. So if you want to say, we actually just need to get rid of the monarchy, or if you want to say, well, I think they should actually be doing this, this, and this, you can't. Deary me. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap things up there. Thank you as always for listening. I'm going to go take something for this sinus blockage. Oh, gosh. It's really awful. I thought it was just like a cold, and it just got worse and worse. And then I realized, no, I've actually got sinus infection. All right, let's finish with your comments. Yeah, exactly. The poll needs to include some Commonwealth countries. Elaine, you said, constitutionally, there are way too many terrible things to happen for Harry to be king. Example, death or abdication or entire family of William, not going to happen. I mean, you'd be surprised. If, for example, okay, if these protests and this strike action spirals into something bigger, you don't know what could happen. Personally, the only poll I'm interested in is my stripper poll. You go right on that poll, Church Nelly. Church Nelly, are you ever going to call in? Every time you post a comment, I'm like, I want to know who Church Nelly actually is. Maybe on my very, very last podcast, you can reveal yourself. Whenever that's going to be. That's a long way away. Oh gosh. Yeah, you go work it, Church Nelly. Thank you so much, Lord and William. Oh, thank you to the mod squad. At least the trolls aren't too heavy here on YouTube. It's just on the Twitter streets. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Ciao.
If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Coming back for your time at the time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby I got you. No matter the distance, no matter